Welcome to IS at Speed of Light, and this is going to be the fifth part of Indian Geography Mnemonics, and we are going to discuss about the wildlife of India. This has been one of the most favorite and hot topic for UPSC for asking questions, and the list of animals what we have taken in this part, it has been derived from the list given by Ministry of Environment and Forest in 2011 about the critically endangered animal species in India. So we have tried to cover all the endangered species which are found in India, and most of the times we are giving their location as well. But mostly we will see they are confined to the Western Ghats regions of Kerala, Maharashtra, and Karnataka. So let's start now with the wildlife of India, and we are going to start with birds. Critically endangered species, and under critically endangered species we would be discussing about birds. So the first in the list is Jerdon's cozer. Now Jerdon's becomes Jordan. Michael Jordan is a famous basketball player. Jerdon's becomes Michael Jordan, and Courser becomes Course. So this is the name of the bird, Jerdon's cozer, and our picture for that would be Jerdon's becomes Jordan and cozer become course, a academic course, and it is confined in Sri Lankameshwaram Wildlife Sanctuary in AP, Andhra Pradesh. So one bird whose face was like Michael Jordan went to join one course, and Lankapati Ravan was a teacher there. Like, see now how we are going to link all these pictures. Our first picture was of Michael Jordan. Jerdon becomes Jordan and Kozer becomes course. And Sri Lanka Malleshwaram Wildlife Sanctuary. Lanka Malleshwaram. So one bird, and this is a bird. Jerdon's cozer is a bird which we want to remember. So a bird whose face, if you can see this image of a cartoon bird, the face is same like Michael Jordan. Face is same like Michael Jordan. So you can now imagine in your mind where a bird whose face is like Michael Jordan. He looks like Michael Jordan. He's going to take up a course in one coaching institute. He's going to inquire for the course, and the teacher there was the Lankapati Ravan. So Lanka, we already have a picture in our mind. Lankapati Ravan. Ravan is having 10 heads. So you can see a person with 10 heads. Now he is going to teach that bird whose face is like Michael Jordan. So Jerdon's cozer, that is Michael Jordan, and course we are relating it with a bird, right? And Sri Lanka Malleshwaram Wildlife Sanctuary in Andhra Pradesh. Now Andhra Pradesh also we can relate it with whole of this with biryani. Andhra Pradesh is our Hyderabadi biryani. So again we can bring biryani in our picture or in our movie to put it with Jerdon's cozer. Now this list, what we are going to give it today, you have to keep appending it. Whenever you find any new animal or any new species being sighted somewhere in India, you have to add it to this list, and then you have to again make a mnemonic of this. So this is actually is going to act as a foundation for your future studies. In future, like many species will come up, okay? So you have to keep appending this list. Coming to the second bird, and second bird is forest owlet. Forest owlet, and what we get from forest owlet is omelette. From owlet we get omelets, egg omelets, right? We prepare omelets for breakfast. Omelets in forest. So birds like eating omelets in forest. You can see this picture where this bird is eating omelet, right? So forest owlet, you can see now a bird. Okay, you have to visualize that now, a bird in your picture bird is there in forest, and that bird uh, in that cartoon story is preparing omelette, okay, is preparing omelette and eating, right? So that's a dense forest. So forest omelette or omelette, we are relating it to a bird who is critically endangered. Okay. Now, if you want to distinguish it like between critically endangered and endangered, first thing is it is not required, because endangered species, we are not going to discuss all the endangered species, only the major one. So, obviously, like whatever we are doing, it is for the critically endangered species only. But anyway, if we want to relate it with critically endangered, then we can imagine now that bird, he is making that omelette in the forest, and that's very dangerous. That is very dangerous for the birds, because if they are going to eat omelette made up of egg, they are going to die instantly. So it becomes very critically endangered for them. So that is how we are going to relate it. We can relate it. Coming to the third bird, which is white-bellied heron. So white heron or white heroine. Okay, from heron we get heroine. Heroine is actress, right? So white heroine. So white colored bird acting as heroine. Like this picture is from Harry Potter, the famous movie of a series of Harry Potter movies, and this white owl in that, right? So it acted, sort of acted in that movie. So white colored bird acting as heroine. So white ballad heron. White ballad heron. So white heron, it becomes white heroine, and white heroine, we are relating it with a white bird, okay, who is playing a part of heroine in a movie. And we can see this picture of Harry Potter with that white bird who is acting as heroine. Heroine is an actress. Moving ahead now, we talk about vultures. Okay, vultures, in Hindi we say gidh. Okay, the gidh who used to sit on top of buildings, and they look for the dead bodies and then go there and eat it. So gidh, vultures are gidh. So for vultures, if I change this V to C, it becomes culture. Vulture becomes culture, and where we find culture? It is in temples where we find where we find culture, a good culture, a good environment, a good sattvic environment, or the cultured people, they are in temple. So for vulture, it becomes culture, and culture, it becomes temples. Okay, so our picture is going to be temple for vulture. Vulture becomes culture, and where we find culture, it is in temples. So starting from white-backed vulture, so we have four species of vulture who are the regarded as critically endangered species of vulture in India. So white-backed vulture. So there is one special temple, okay, in your city. Now, whenever you have to go there in that temple, you have to paint your back white, okay. Then only they allow you. Now you can again see a picture where you are painting your back white, and then you are going into a temple. So white-backed vulture. Coming to the second vulture, which is the slender billed. Okay, slender bill. From cylinder we get gas cylinder. Gas cylinder. So cylinder bill. So you entered into the temple with your white bag, and priests in that temple used to work for the gas agency who supplies gas to your house also. So that priest actually gave the cylinder bill to you. Okay, your monthly cylinder bill, and we all know like how costly these gas cylinders have become. So first is the cylinder bill, and after seeing that cylinder bill, that huge cylinder bill, now it's for the unsubsidized gas cylinders LPG, it is more than 950 rupees. So it was a long bill. So you got astonished, you got surprised seeing that long bill, cylinder bill, and then it's a long bill. That obviously after seeing that long bill you will become angry, and because of that anger your whole face turned red. So red head. I'll repeat again. Vulture, it becomes culture, and where we find culture, it is in temples. Now temples, First is the white back. In your special temple in your city, you have to paint your back white to enter. So white backed. Then that priest used to work for the cylinder gas cylinder agency. So it becomes cylinder bill. He gave you cylinder bill. But gas cylinders are so expensive, so that bill was really long. Okay, or that bill was really high. So long build. After seeing that long build, what happened? You got angry, your face turned red. So red head. So these are the four vultures the cat who are categorized as a critically endangered species. Let's move ahead to the next bird, which is Bengal lorican. Now again, in the previous vultures, if we want to add the critically endangered part, okay, so this whole sequence now you are in a temple and you are getting angry like that, so God doesn't like this. So it's really dangerous for you. Now God will punish you if you are getting angry in the temple because of the materialistic things. So that is critically endangered for you. It's very dangerous for you. Bengal Florican. So Bengal, our picture is already Mamta Banerjee, and Florican becomes floor. Okay, your floor, your house floor. So one bird came flying and hit Mamta Banerjee, and she fell on the floor. So see the picture. Mamta Banerjee is standing, and one bird wanted to take revenge now from Mamta Banerjee. She came flying, that bird came flying and hit Mamta Banerjee, and Mamta Banerjee fell on the floor. So Bengal Florican. Bengal Mamta Banerjee Florican. So Mamta Banerjee falling on the ground after getting hit from a bird. So that becomes really critical for the Mamta Banerjee. She got a maybe fracture in her back. So critically endangered species Bengal florican bird. Coming to the next bird, which is Himalayan quail. So it becomes Himalayan killa. Killa means fort. Killa is a Hindi word for forts. So Himalayan quail or Himalayan killa. So birds living in a fort in Himalayas. So all birds, they have made their own kingdom, they have made their own empire, and they are all living in a fort which they have made in Himalayas. So Himalayan quail or Himalayan killa, this killa or this fort, who are using birds. So birds, Himalayan killa. So it has become a major critical point for the human survival, because now they have made their own empire or kingdom. These birds now anytime they can attack humans. So that is how now we can relate it with critically endangered or very dangerous Himalayan killa with birds. Let's go ahead to other bird, which is pink-headed duck. So duck, our picture is of Donald Duck, a very famous cartoon we have all seen in our childhood. So Donald Duck with pink head. When Donald Duck becomes angry in this picture, what you can see on the screen, he is looking angry, Donald Duck. So his head becomes pink. Normally what happens with humans or with other, like if you get angry, it becomes red because blood circulation increase and you becomes red. So what happens with duck, or particularly with this Donald Duck, when he gets angry, his face turn pink. Now again you can see that picture, his face turning pink. So more color, if you put in the image, more like it will be better for remembering. So Donald Duck head turning pink, and now you are asking Donald Duck how it is pink. Like normally it is red for the people, then Donald Duck is replying, my blood color is pink itself. So pink headed duck, pink headed duck. And because the his color of his blood is pink, it is very critical danger, like it's a very dangerous for Donald Duck. Coming to the next bird, which is sociable lapwing. Sociable lapwing. From sociable lapwing, we get social lap. Okay, your lap is an English word for godi. Okay, you take kids, you take your the newborn babies in your lap. Okay, so social lap. From sociable lapwing, we get social lap. So one day what happened, you really like birds, cute birds, and what you did, you had many birds in your lap, and you were roaming around in your society, but people were not liking it. I mean, taking birds in your lap and roaming around, they feel like, I mean, it will spread the diseases or something, so they don't like that. So again, you can see that picture where you are moving in your society by taking many birds in your lap, and society people are not liking it. So sociable lapwing. So social lap. Okay, you are having many birds in your lap, but people are not liking it. So birds, a bird whose name is sociable lapwing, okay, or social lap, is critically endangered category. Coming to the next bird, which is the spoon-billed sandpiper, or it becomes simply sand smoking pipe. Sandpiper. Pipers are the smoking pipes. Now you can see this picture where this bird with a human face smoking a pipe. Okay, smoking a pipe, and this pipe is made up of sand. This pipe is made up of sand. So spoon-billed sandpiper. So the moment now sandpiper or piper comes or smoking pipe comes, you should immediately get this picture. This is a very strange picture. It's a very different picture. So now your mind, if you focus, now your mind will not forget this picture where this bird with a human face is smoking a pipe. Coming to the next bird, which is Siberian crane or crane. These are the big machines which we use to lift heavy metals. Okay, 50-ton cranes, 100-ton cranes. So we used to lift heavy material from these cranes. So Siberian crane, our picture will become crane from Siberia. Crane from Siberia, and it's again a critically endangered bird, and it has been found in Keoladeo National Park. And if you remember, once we were doing Keoladeo National Park, from Keoladeo we got ladder, and ladder, how, in what way we were using it to climb over the camel. Okay, and camel was Rajasthan. So Keoladeo National Park is in Rajasthan, and Keoladeo becomes ladder. Now we have to relate it with Siberian crane as well. So special crane from Siberia to climb up the ladder. You have a ladder, but that is so heavy, or that is so much in height. Now you are using one crane to climb up on that ladder. So Siberian crane, we are relating it with Keoladeo National Park, and again we have to relate it as a critically endangered bird. So how we are going to do that now? A bird who is so huge, who is of so much weight that normally we cannot lift that bird. So we use a special crane from Siberia to pull that bird up. So Siberian crane, bird lifting a heavy bird. So again, you have to see that pictures in your mind. If you're not seeing that pictures, like, this session would be a complete waste. You have to be a very imaginative person this time, and you should not mix two different sessions. So one session at a time you have to do with a very good focus and concentration. So Siberian crane from Siberia, you are seeing now in your mind. It is used to lift big huge bird and also to climb up the ladder. Let's have a quick recap of what all birds we have done under the category of critically endangered. First is Gerodons. Now you should not look into the screen. You should close your eyes and let us examine how our mind going to read these words now. The first one is Gerodons. Jordan. So when I'm saying Jordan, so it becomes Jordan, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan should come in your mind. Jordan's Kozer, okay, or Jordan's Michael Jordan course, academic course. Now what happened? Now a bird with the face of Michael Jordan going to attend a course, and who is the teacher there? That Lankapati Ravan, the men with 10 heads. Okay, so Sri Lanka Malleshwaram Wildlife Sanctuary in Andhra Pradesh, and that teacher Lankapati Raman is giving biryani to eat to this particular bird. So bird, Michael Jordan face, course, Sri Lanka Madheshwaram Wildlife Sanctuary in Andhra Pradesh, that is Hyderabadi biryani. Forest owlet. Forest owlet becomes omelette. Now that if you can again omelette once it comes to you, now your mind should immediately go to that picture what you have seen when that bird was preparing in his own kitchen, okay, in the bird's own kitchen in his house, omelette, okay. So forest owlet, again a bird, critically endangered bird. White ballad heron. So now once the heron or white heroine comes, it is again if that picture of Harry Potter coming to your mind, white heron or white heroine, or that is white bird acting as a heroine in that movie. Vultures, okay. Now the vultures come, vulture become culture and culture becomes temple. So white backed, cylinder build, long build, then it was red head. So four varieties of vultures. Bengal florican. So Bengal Mamta Banerjee falling to the floor after getting hit by the bird. So bird again Bengal florican. Himalayan quail. So or the Himalayan killa or the fort of Himalaya. Who made that? The birds. Okay, birds now living in a special fort or killa which they have built in the Himalayas. Pink-headed duck, or Donald Duck becoming pink after getting angry. Pink-headed duck. Sociable lapwing. Social and lap. What you were doing, you were taking the birds in your lap and you were moving around in your society. So social lap. Spoon-billed sandpiper. Piper, smoking pipe. Again a bird, and if bird smokes pipe, it becomes really dangerous for their health. So that is how we can relate again critically endangered part also to sandpiper, piper. Siberian crane. Crane from Siberia first used to lift heavy birds. So Siberian crane is a bird, endangered bird, uh, and special crane from Siberia to climb up the ladder. Let's move ahead to the second category of animals or species, which are mammals. First one is pygmy hog. Pygmy hog, and from pygmy we get pig. Okay, pigs, and hog becomes fog. Okay, fog in the morning when you cannot see anything around yourself, it's only smoke. So pig during fog, pygmy hog. So one day in the winter morning, okay, there was a huge fog. That was a winter morning, or December, January morning, and there was a huge fog when you went out your home. And suddenly you could not see anything. It was a complete visibility loss, and you were walking, and suddenly one pig came. Okay, one pig came from that fog and started biting you. So that pig, when you went outside your home, that pig was roaming somewhere, and that pig became aggressive and started biting you. And that was a very small pig. You have not seen any pig, anything before like that, such a small pig. So now what we want to remember here is, first thing is pig. Okay, pig during fog. So we remember it as pygmy hog. Words smallest pig, because that was a very small pig who was biting you. And related with that, we have to remember pygmy hog sucking louse. Okay, it's a parasite which actually lives or feeds on this particular pig. So now, if this pig is endangered, it is very obvious that the parasite who is living on that pig is also going to be an endangered uh, species. So pygmy hog sucking loss. Now, so from sucking, now that pig who was biting you, he started sucking your blood also, and then you become really worried. Like normally pigs are not so violent, so that pig started sucking your blood and had even ate your mans. Mans is a Hindi word for meat, so he was eating your meat also. So Manas National Park, we have already remembered this Manas National Park in Assam. Manas is Mans. Manas is Mas. Mas is meat, okay? So Manas National Park in Assam. Assam, our picture is Assam tea. So we remembered it like tea which is getting adulteration and people are mixing now mas in that or meat in tea. So pygmy fog or pig during fog, smallest pig in the world, pygmy hog sucking louse, that is a parasite, and where they are found, it is in Manas National Park. Manas becomes Mas, and Assam tea. They are found in Assam. Second are the screws. So screws are like rats. Okay, this is a picture of a screw, like looking like a rat. They looks like that. So screws of a picture becomes of screws. Okay, these are the screws or nails like which we use to tighten up or the to fix certain things. So screws becomes screws, and these are rats. So there are three varieties of screws which we need to remember. First is Andaman white toothed screw. So Andaman white toothed screw, instead of screws, your white teeth. Okay, so in spite of using these tooths or teeth, two screws or nails, now you're using your teeth. Okay, so now you can again see a picture. In spite of fixing these nails or screws, you are fixing your teeth. You are using your white teeth. So undermine white toothed screw. Andaman, our picture is anda, that is egg. Again, we can relate that. So you get white tooth if you eat lot of egg. Egg helps in keeping your teeth white. So Andaman is anda, white toothed screw. So you are making your tooth white after eating anda, and now you're using it as screws. Okay, so you have to see that picture now in your mind. You are not using these screws, normal metal screws, but now you're using your white tooth to fix the things. Second is Jenkins Andaman spiny screw. From Jenkins, we get Jacqueline Fernandez. Jacqueline Fernandez is a very famous now Bollywood actress, working in so many big movies. So Jacqueline Fernandez. So Jenkins becomes Jacqueline. So Jacqueline Fernandez putting screw in her head. So Jenkins Andaman spiny screw. So screws, we already have a picture. Jenkins, it becomes Jacqueline Fernandez and Andaman. So Jacqueline's Andaman spiny screw, or Jacqueline Fernandez is putting screws in her mind. Again, you can see that picture. Jacqueline Fernandez putting screws in her mind. Nicobar white-tailed screw. Nicotine cigarettes. Nicobar, we already have a picture. From Nico, we get nicotine cigarette. Now what we are doing is Nicobar white-tailed screw. Initially we use white tooth screw of Andaman. That is anda. We are making our teeth white and then using at its screw. Now what we are doing is cigarettes are white. Okay. Normally most of the cigarettes are white. Now these cigarettes, white cigarettes, we are using as screw. So again, see a picture. We are using cigarettes as screw. So on Nicobar, it becomes nicotine cigarette, and white, that is white cigarette, and screw becomes screws. Coming to the next animal, which is Kondana rat, and from Kondana we get Kangana. Kondana becomes Kangana Ranawat, again a very famous Bollywood actress. So Kondana rat becomes Kangana Ranawat, and actress Kangana Ranawat looks like that. You can see this picture of Kangana Ranawat where she's looking like a rat. Her hairs, her face, it's like that. So Kangana Ranawat, you have to now relate this picture, this face of Kangana Ranawat as a rat. Actress Kangana Ranawat looks like that. So Kondana rat. So Kondana becomes Kangana. So Kangana looking like a rat. Kangana Ranawat. Large rock rat. Large rock rat. So rat digging hole in large rocks. You can see this picture here where this rat is digging hole in a big rock. Now how you will relate it to the endangered or critically endangered animal? So if rat can dig a hole in such a big rocks, and then your houses are also not safe. So that is how it becomes critically endangered or very dangerous for you as well. So large rock rat. So a rat digging hole in the large or big rocks. Another name of this rat is Alvira rat. Going to the next animal, which is Namdapha flying squirrels. So if you remember Namdapha National Park, Namdapha, from Dafa we get Dava. Dafa it became Dava or medicines. So if you can remember, we related it with Arun Jaitley. Okay, Arun Jaitley working in the Dawa shop or in a chemist shop. So Arunachal Pradesh, Namdapha Wildlife Sanctuary is in Arunachal Pradesh. So Namdapha flying squirrels. So squirrels flying in the air and eating dawa medicine. So again you can see a picture where squirrels, they are flying around in the areas and they're eating medicines which are being thrown at them. So again see a picture, clear picture, a squirrel is there and people are throwing in the air medicines and they are flying in the air and then eating them. So flying, Namdapha flying squirrels. It is very dangerous. Okay, again you can relate it in many ways you want, with the dangerous part or with the critically endangered part. Sixth one is the next animal is Malabar civet. Okay, Malabar civet. So from Malabar we get Malabar dosa. Okay, Malabar, we have a famous dosa, Malabar dosa, and from save it, it becomes save it. Okay, you are saving some work in your computer, you are saving some work in your the pen drive. Malabar dosa, save it. So you like Malabar dosa and saying yes, please save it. So savets, they are, looks like cat. Okay, these are the savets. They look like a family of cats. So Malabar savet. So you like so much of Malabar dosa, and like in Kaun Banega Karodpati, Amitabh Bachchan, they say like lock it. Okay, lock the answer. No, similarly you are saying save it. Okay, Malabar dosa, save it. So you are going to one South Indian restaurant, you have ordered Malabar dosa, and once it was given to you, you became so happy and then you said save it. Yes, save it, Malabar dosa. So Malabar, save it. And you can relate it with family of cat also, that the save it animal looks like cat. Seventh one is Sumatran and Javan rhinos. So from Sumatran we get Sumo, that is Tata Sumo, and Javan becomes Java. Okay, Java, the language, the programming language. So Rhino, okay, this Rhino is going to learn Java. Okay, is going to learn to an institute to learn Java on Tata Sumo. So that Rhino is driving Tata Sumo to learn Java, going to learn Java. So Rhinos, Javan rhinos and Sumatran rhinos, they are under the category of critically endangered. Now, when this rhino is driving this sumo, okay, so it becomes so much difficult or it becomes so much dangerous for the pedestrian and other people who are walking on the road. So, Sumatran and Javan rhinos. Gharial. Gharial, we have already learned we have a national Chambal sanctuary. Chambal was Chambal ke Daku for us, and what they used to do, Chambal ke Daku, and they used to eat Gharial. Gharial is a type of crocodile, okay, with big mouth, with big mouth like this. So, Gharial, they used to eat gharial, Chambal ke Daku. So National Chambal Sanctuary for gharials, and gharials is also under critically endangered category. And now if I ask Chambal, it is tributary of which river? So if you can remember, it was Yamuna, okay? Or Yamuna, it was Jamuna for us, or Jamun, Gulab Jamun, and Don went to take it, and then Don used to supply it to Chambal Ke Daku, that tonic. So it first was Hindon, second was Tone, and third it was Chambal. So Hindon was Don going to buy the gulab jamuns. Then what work he used to do? He used to prepare special tonic from that, and from that tonic he used to supply it to Chambal ke Daku. So Chambal ke Daku, the dacoits of Chambal Ghati. So that is how now your mind will link everything itself. So Gharial, Chambal, National Chambal Sanctuary, it's in endangered list. Now coming to the turtles. So four varieties of turtles, and turtles we already have a picture. We all know turtles, the kachua in Hindi, turtles. So first is hawk's bill turtle, and from hawk's bill we get hawker, okay, the paper hawker who in everyday morning used to give or used to drop newspapers to your home. So they are hawkers. So paper hawker's bill. So your hawker, okay, one day what he did, in spite of giving you the bill, he gave you a turtle, and you got surprised suddenly. In spite of taking bill out from his bag, he took out turtle and give it to you, and it's really dangerous, like for your heart. So you can get a heart failure also, like being in shock, like how this turtle has come. So hawk's bill, that paper hawker, in the morning he came to drop newspapers to your home, and while giving the bill of the newspaper for the whole month, he has given turtle by mistake. So turtle, hawk's bill, turtle is a critically endangered category animal. Leatherback turtle. Okay, now what turtle he has given you, you somehow started liking that turtle, and then you have made a leather bag for that turtle. This cover, this is a turtle, so you have made a special cover, leather bag cover for that turtle, so that like the winter time, this turtle will not feel so much cold. So you have made a leather bag for that turtle. Four-toed river terrapin. Four-toed river terrapin. So a four toasted. Toad becomes toasted. We toast our bread. So four toasted. Now every day what you used to give to this turtle, it is four toasted breads. Four toasted breads. So first it was the hawker bill, hawk's bill, hawker bill. That hawker, that person gave you turtle. Then second thing, you made a leather bag for that turtle. Now what you are doing, you are giving every day four toasted breads to that turtle. And now red crowned turtle. You have made a special crown for this turtle. A red color crown for this turtle. So hawkers bill first, second bag, a leather bag. You have specially crafted that leather bag for this turtle. What this turtle is going to eat? Four toasted breads, and finally the head, it is the red color crown. That turtle has become so special for you. Now you have made a special red color crown for that turtle. Next one is Cispara de gecko. A gecko is a type of lizard. Looks like lizards. Cispara de gecko, or from Cispara we get sister. Okay, cis day. So one day, what happened? Your sister came shouting to you, and she told, like, that lizard in that room. That lizard is speaking such a huge volume that his voice is echoing in the room. So that is why she has got so much frightened. So Cispara, sis, okay, your sister in the daytime, Cispara day, gecko. Gecko becomes echo. Gecko becomes echo. Your voice is echoing. Okay, gecko becomes echo. So sister one day told you that house lizard voice is echoing in the room. So gecko, we are relating it with lizard, and that is very dangerous because that lizard who is having such a huge voice that his voice is echoing, so that may be a very dangerous lizard maybe. So Cispara de gecko, cis becomes sister, gecko becomes echo. Your voice is echoing in the room, and whose voice was that? It was lizard. Let's have a quick recap of what we have done till now, starting with the birds, then with the mammals, and let us see how much our mind have remembered, or whether this course is useful for you. So you can just close your eyes now. I'll be saying the name of the birds or mammals. Jerdons, Jordan. So now, moment Jordan will come. The bird, the Lankapati Raman or Biryani, Andhra Pradesh, all this will come in front of you. So Jordan becomes Jordan, Michael Jordan, and Koser becomes Kos. Forest, owlet. Okay, forest, omelette, bird, not good for birds, not good for birds eating omelette. A white ballad heron, white heron. Okay, again a bird acting white bird. Vulture, culture, white back, cylinder bill, long bill, redhead, okay, getting angry redhead. Bengal florican, again a bird hitting Mamta Banerjee, falling on the floor. Himalayan quill, Himalayan killer, again birds making their own kingdom, not good for the human beings, critically dangerous. Pink-headed duck, okay, that Donald Duck becoming pink when he gets angry. Sociable lapwing, social lap. Okay, people don't like if you keep birds on your lap. Spoon-billed sandpiper, pipers who is smoking that pipe. Again, bird, not good for them. Siberian crane, okay, crane. Cueladio, okay, ladder. And Cueladio National Park is in Rajasthan. You're lifting that huge bird with the help of that crane. Pygmy hog, pig during fog. Pygmy hog, okay, dangerous, okay. In that fog, if that pig is biting you, it's very dangerous for your health. So pygmy hog, lysing, sucking, louse, sucking louse, parasite, sucking your blood, eating Mans. It is in Mans becomes Manas National Park, Assam. Screws. How many types of screws? One is you are eating anda or egg and your tooths are becoming white. You are using them as screws, okay, as nails to fix up the things, to tighten the things. So Andaman white-toothed screws. Jacqueline Fernandez, okay, Jacqueline's Andaman spiny screws. Jacqueline Fernandez putting screws in her mind, in her head. Using cigarette, okay? Cigarette is nicoba, nicotine, white-tailed. So white cigarette using its screws. Kondana rat becomes Kangana Ranawat. Kangana Ranawat looks like rat. Large rock rat, a rat who can dig hole in large rocks as well. Namdafa, flying squirrel. So Namdafa, Dafa becomes Dava, medicine. First thing was Arun Jaitley, we related. Now squirrels, they're flying in air to eat those davas. Namdafa, flying squirrels. Malabar, save it. Malabar dosa, save it. Okay, save it. Save that Malabar dosa. Like locket in Kaun Banega Karodpati. Save it. It's type of cat. Sumatran and Java rhino. Rhino driving sumo. Going to learn Java language. Gharials. Chambal. National Chambal Sanctuary. Chambal ke Daku. They eat gharials. That is how they become so much aggressive and strong hearted. Turtile. Turtile. Hawker. That hawker person gave you that turtile. Hawk's bill in spite of giving bill. Then it was the leather bag. You made a special leather bag for that turtile. You are giving 4 toasted breads every day to that turtile. And then finally, going to the head of turtile, it is the red crown, the special crown for that turtile. Sispara day, gecko. Gecko becomes echo. Gecko becomes echo. Lizard, you can see a lizard in your house. That voice of that lizard is echoing in whole house. So all of you are getting worried, particularly your sister. So Sispara becomes sister.